Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds. Welcome you back to Lovecraft Country and the Dark Rites of Arkham. Now I think we're actually barreling towards the end here of our investigation into the weirdness that has been going around Arkham, because I have yet to actually figure out the actual plot here. We're still looking for the murder suspect who killed a man by beheading them via portal, I think. But right now we're running away from a giant monster, because it just happens a lot in Call of Cthulhu kind of games. Let's go. Oh yes, I forgot about this. Alright, so tree. Why is the okay? Talk to Harvey first, and we'll talk to the tree. Any idea which way it leads north? I don't know, Jack. I'd need a compass. But tree. Huh? What? Moss always grows on the north side of trees, which is not actually true, by the way. It's like this vague generality you can't count on. Are you sure? On what basis? Basic natural science. It's not 100% accurate, though. Okay, thanks for that. It requires the environment to be moist and shady since the sun's rays... Enough! We've got nothing else. Let's head north. So north is... Good. Hey, come on, Harvey. Let's hope this is the right way. Dead end. That's a long drop. Let's go back the way we came. We have no choice. About 65-foot drop. Stand back from the edge, Jack. You could fall. Thanks for your concern, but falling off a cliff is not my plans tonight. 65 feet, yeah, technically is survivable if the water's deep enough and if you pencil dive, come in straight. But you're going to have to go down about at least 20, possibly 30 feet before you hit, and if you hit the bottom during that time, you're still going to hurt like hell. We should follow the river. We're getting back to Arkham or Dunwich. That's actually logical. Following a river or just going downhill. Dunwich. I hate that little inbred town. Oh, you've been there. Better any place is better than running into that monster. You could run to the Dunwich Horror, of course, as a result. Okay, but yeah, if you follow a river, it will eventually come to a town, because virtually all towns in the past were built on rivers as being a primary port. However, you might have to wander through like woods and marsh to do so it's not foolproof. In addition, if the water is dried up, you can still do the general rule by going downhill. But again, it's not foolproof. It's slightly better than the moss thing, though. Shit. Jack? We're fucked, Harvey. What? That's vaguely phallic. Why isn't it attacking us? Sorry, why isn't it attacking us? Jack, do you see it? See what? The monster? The universe, Jack. We mean nothing in this universe. Damn it! It's like what happened to Mac. The sight of this creature is driving to the brink of insanity. Fortunately, I'm drunk enough that doesn't bother me. I gotta do something before Harvey loses it. Harvey, get your gun. That usually doesn't work. No use shooting at it. The bullets bounce off the skin. And that's what makes it... That even made it angrier. There's no escape, Jack. Except the inevitable. No, Harvey, not you too. Put the gun down. Too late, Jack. You should do the same. I've been through this before with Mac. I'm not going to let it happen again. Give me that gun. I need it. Give me the fucking gun. Why? We'll all be dead soon. It's better to do it now. No. 65 feet is survivable. More survivable than that thing. I lost my hat. I'm upset about that. Harvey! Harvey, where are you? Shit, Harvey. Harvey! Jack! Thank goodness. The bromance continues. I thought I'd lost you. Are you okay? What? Yes. I wanted to pull the trigger, Jack. I was convinced it was the best way to end the suffering. What suffering? You sure you're alright? I mean, you're like an imaginary character. You don't still have all that cosmic crap running around your head, do you?
No, I'm fine. You saved me just in time. Thank you. There's something I don't understand. Why didn't it get to you too?
It did the last time I ran into it. I guess Dr. Strider's regression influenced. I don't know, made me immune? That's interesting. I've known two things for sure. First, I'm damn sick and tired of having my brain pickled. And second, if you keep the chit-chatting here, we're going to catch thermothermia. Let's get the hell out of this damn forest. Alright, well that happened. Back among the living. Alright, so yeah, let's go talk to Abigail. Enter through here. And finally, good grief. Where do you go to that section anyways? This should make the witch show herself, which is kind of nicer that she was standing here the whole time. Hey Harvey. We'll know how this goes. Cover me in case Abigail real gives us a hard time. White out. This is not what I expected.
Another bright, beautiful day.
I'm assuming it's his voice because of the color.
Jimmy, don't run on the sidewalk.
It's not running. Cycling.
You could hurt someone. Today is Monday, which means it's not time to water the lawn.
Oh god, I'm in hell. It's suburbia.
Looks like it's bearing fruit this year.
Little tree.
Aren't these colors beautiful?
Okay, guess that one doesn't count. Get a butterfly? No. Car.
It's Joey's car. I've been carrying care of it while he was in Vietnam. Well, what day is it today? Monday? Time to give it a weekly polish.
I got bad news about Vietnam.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so that happened. I'm assuming we're having hallucination, which is why I'm not saying much about this.
After all, I just left my house.
Guess we're... Oh, flying disc. There we go.
That must be Hank Mason's.
Oh god, Harry Mason has always got in trouble.
I always manages to get stuff stuck on my roof.
Box?
Oh, as God knows I prefer the other mailbox to this one. It's much prettier and more traditional. Let's see if I can order it in the mail as shown up. Oh, it's good. Always so rough. I told him to close it gently.
Must be the mailman.
Door gets stuck if he slams it. Mailbox door is stuck. I can't pry it open with my hands.
Okay, enter the house.
There should be something in the toolbox to pry the mailbox door.
Alright, got her all, I guess. What is that, anyways?
I brought a set of screwdrivers for a great price at the hardware store. After using them a couple of times, the tubs get dipped.
Just cheap shit. Buy American.
Open. Here it is.
Wax.
Harvey!
Oh, God. Morty, neighbor.
Good morning, Ray.
I just saw your boy at Dorothy's. Didn't know he was back from Vietnam.
Yeah, he was discharged. Came back home yesterday.
Yeah, that's what he told me. You must be pleased, huh? I'm not sure it's the same person. I'm just talking about the hat. Sergeant, no less. A real war hero. Like that good for something, not like that good for nothing son of mine. While yours was caked in mud fighting the communists, what do you think mine did for his country? Protested the war.
Seriously? Why are we in time slip?
While the USA sends our young people to die on the other side of the world, what do you think he's doing? Anything but that? Lying around campus, twiddling his thumbs and smoking pot with the other slackers like him. Not big on that either. Anyways, enjoy having Joey back safe and sound, because you lucky, Vietnam. You're very lucky to have a son like that, Harvey.
Oh, thanks, Ray.
Alright, I guess we're back to us.
Oop. Rocket polishing wax. I have to order by mail. The stuff they sell around here doesn't shine half as well as this stuff.
Alright, let's go.
Well, let's get to work. Wait a minute. Didn't I bring any rags? You're losing your mind, Harvey. Hey, Dad. I didn't want to wake you up so early. I know we were supposed to have breakfast this morning, but I had to see Cindy. I'm sorry, Dad. Oh, don't be silly, Joey. Cindy was dying to see you again. She's waited it long enough.
You two are going to get hitched, right?
You know what, Dad? I think I'm going to ask her to marry me. Hey, what did I say? What do you think? That's great news, son. Cindy will be thrilled. What about you? Me? What do you mean? How do I put this? See, Ms. Mom ditched us for the cult. You haven't been with anyone. I don't need anyone. I've got my books. Damn, Dad, really?
Leave the man to his habits.
Watch your mouth, young man. What about Miss Miller? Oh, she's actually a time-traveling witch. Librarian. She's another spinster like you.
Don't try to set up your parents. Bad.
And I think you like each other. That's why you go to the library so much, huh, you sly dog? He goes there to read the books. No, I go because... Listen, son, thank you for your concern about my love life, but by God, push off. But I'm happy with the life I've got. You know, let him be asexual. Alright? And you know why? Because I watched you grow up. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't need anything else.
This is like Harvey?
Since when do you call me that? Harvey! You're scaring me, son. What's wrong?
Apparently you're in trance.
You have to wake up, Harvey. Wake up, Harvey. Harvey!
Oh, sorry. Are you back, pal? Get behind me. Yeah, because you're in line of fire, dude. No more head games, witch. You just came to talk, so stay put, okay?
You win. But get that gun out of my face, will you? Apparently, for some reason, he's immune to mental influence, and it was before.
Excuse me. You alright, partner? Yes. Like I said, we just want to talk. Alright, Madam Lavinia. Or should I say Abigail Rebel? Lavinia, now I remember where that's from. Well, how do you know my name? We know where you're from. Let's just say your status in the city is more than irregular. You've done your homework, I see. It's our job. By the way, I'm Detective Foster. This is my partner, Detective Whitman.
Whitman, huh? Did you enjoy my spell?
It's been a long night, so let's get to the point. You are the prime suspect in a murder we are investigating.
What the hell are you talking about? A few days ago, our portal opened in one of the rooms of the Pullman building. You found a victim, decapitated.
Let's cut to it. You killed him, didn't you?
A portal? What the hell is a portal?
Don't treat us like idiots.
I don't talk nonsense. You know damn well what a portal is. Not the first one you've opened. You've got evidence that you summoned one to commit a robbery and along with an individual identified as St. John at the Central Bank of Arkham. Damn it. Be really sharp for being cops. There's no point in putting on a show and trying to wriggle out of this, is there?
You said it.
Very well. A week ago, a very strange man came to see me. He had a 6-foot Dunwich hayseed with him, dumb as a post. I don't know what he knew where summon portals, but he asked me to open one in that building you mentioned. Only condition is that I didn't ask questions. All for a good chunk of money.
Yeah, it all comes down to money.
I couldn't refuse.
Okay, so cultists
who do this for like cash and stuff, who like get the material uses and just screw the extra cosmic stuff, are the smartest people in these settings. Because you do that, eventually you're going to get sucked into the service, immortal service to a damned entity that just turns you something like Isaiah Mason, who probably wasn't terribly enjoying your life if you come down to it. Or you end up with that cultist witch who's hiding out in the wilderness being controlled by the cult, which, we should probably do something about. But her, yeah, she just wants some cash so she can be comfy. Fleece the people, give them all that, maybe hypnotize them to get in their wallet. She's living the high life, and she's also staying below the radar for the most part, but she made a mistake by getting a little greedy here. Who was the guy? He wouldn't give his name. I tried to read his mind, but I couldn't. There are ways of doing it. He was trained for that. With white magic, not black like mine. That's an irrelevant designation. Protection spells, He wasn't just anyone. Okay, white magic, black magic. Most people break this down into white magic being protective and healing, and black magic being harmful and summoning things. But you can summon things with white magic too. But the designation is meaningless. What it really means, you can do anything with any type of power as long as you have the right way of shaping it. But the problem is that most people are taught dualism. Basically from the Judeo-cultural structure that there's bad things and good things. Good things are white, bad things are black. It's easy for a simpler mind to do so. So most people put destructive, hexing magic under dark, and white being the protective, healing magic, which you can, however, heal with dark, and you certainly destroy with light. What can you tell us about the Dunwich guy? Forget about that guy. He must be dead by now. He was very sick, falling apart. I could read his mind, or at least what I could get out of that pea-brain. His name was Wilbur Watley. Oh, good lord. Apparently he owed the other guy a favor. Wilbur? So according to you, he's dead. I couldn't see his future. It means he had only a few days left to live. Okay, so Wilbur Watley was the secondary antagonist of the Dunwich Horror. And he is a half-human hybrid of between Lavinia, ironically, that's the name of his mother, which is not her, she's using as an alias, and Yog-Sothoth, in what must have been a probably rather brutal experience. But the thing is that he will die in a few days, attempting to break into the library in order to steal a book. Which is a little weird because it didn't have the security it currently does now. It actually had dogs. So we're in an alternate timeline, guys. Like I said before, apparently way back in Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth series I did, that was a really old game on this, the Yithian used time travel to mess up the continuity of Lovecraft's universe, probably so they could preserve their own timeline. Did you go into that room? No. The terms were I opened the portal and wait downstairs. I told him the portal would last 3 minutes. The idiot took too long. When he crossed it, the portal closed and cut off his hand. He wasn't part of the deal, but I cast a spell to grow him a new one. You already know whose hand it was, Harvey. Now our now prime suspect. You are no longer number 1 on your list. No. Now you're number 2, accessory to murder. Nonsense. I didn't even know those two had killed someone in there until you showed up. Doesn't matter. Some courts of law, as long as you're part of the operation, you can be charged as accessory in whatever crime. Okay, so other thing about this is that, yeah, it is possible to you to prevent people, some psychics, from reading your mind. It's ironic. It's actually taught in Knights of the Old Republic 2, when you talk to a specific character there at a certain point. When you're having a lesson where you're the Jedi there reading everybody's mind in the starship, you can't read somebody's mind. All you read is him playing Pazak. So you walk up to him and talk him about it, and he says that he begins to show if you have a certain mantra you keep in your head constantly cycling, like he was constantly playing Pazak, a card game in his head, running through all possibilities, or you have to think over and over again the same repetitive phase. This creates kind of a static field around your mind. It's not foolproof. The person who's really good at reading will be able to punch through it, but it's enough that casual assertion isn't going to do so. If you're really good, what you can do is keep up a litany of boring regular stuff that also you'll be thinking, and that would be mistaken for what you're actually thinking underneath it. It's an interesting technique. It takes a lot of practice, but hey, if you got the time out there, just try it sometime. What do you know about the legacy of Ahab? The legacy of what?
The victim belonged to an order by that name.
I have no idea what you are talking about.
Okay. Can you read our future?
I can see you're getting into really dangerous shit I want no part of.
Well, again, she's the smartest of the bunch here. Do you know where we can find our suspect?
Absolutely no idea. Soon as I had Rigor in his hand, the bastard had the nerve to say he wouldn't pay me a dime. I didn't want to stand up to him. Not while he had the Dunwich beast by his side. St. John stiffed me on my bank money too. But this time I didn't let them make a fool of me. I put a curse on him.
A curse?
As a warning. He can't speak without spewing out a stream of blood. I told him if I wanted things back to normal, he should come by with what the money he owes me.
And has he come?
Not yet, but he's either trying to scrape it together or he's enjoying bleeding every time he opens his mouth.
We've got a new suspect.
And about whom we know practically nothing.
Only that he talks, he pukes blood. Can you give us a description of the guy?
Dark-haired, around 30, well-dressed. Nothing special about them, pretty ordinary looking.
We can take it to the sketch and have Manners draw up the sketch.
You planning to arrest half of Arkham? I already told you it was pretty average. Alright, cut the stories. Are you seriously about me becoming accomplice to murder? Am I under arrest or what?
Harvey?
She didn't know about those things that two were gonna do. And as far as I'm concerned, we can let her go. I wouldn't.
Good. Not so fast, Witch. We'll do it on one condition. Okay, so we are being this.
You want me to open a portal? Here? The victim had ties to an order called the Legacy of Ahab.
Well, hey, why not? We're going to use a portal to bypass a locked door. It's kind of like using one of the guy behind the door belongs to that order.
If we could talk to him, we might learn the identity of our victim.
With any luck, get a lead on his killer. But this fortress is impregnable. They've turned us away at everything. We're trying to get into Coconut Grove. The Coconut Grove, by the way, is a real place which is an occult area. All right.
I see. If I open this portal, you will leave me alone? Yeah, as long as you don't get into more trouble. All right. But you know, summoning a portal leaves me drained for several days. You should take into account the efforts involved.
We'll be very grateful. Whenever you're ready. What?
Make some room. Again. Here's your portal. You have 3 minutes to use it. After that, it will disappear. So be careful when you cross it. It cuts like guillotine when it closes.
Wait a minute. How do you know this isn't a trick?
What are you talking about?
The portal could open into the cosmic void.
Trust me. If I wanted to get rid of you, I would have done so long ago. Good luck with your research. Okay, so assuming there's a time limit here. So yeah, a couple things. One, the Coconut Grove is an actual place called the Grove these days, or Bohemian Grove, in which the elite rich practice occult rituals that are designed to damage the divine feminine. And no, I'm not kidding. It's a yearly thing called the Cremation of Care. You can look it up online. Ironically, Alex Jones of InfoWars actually managed to infiltrate and record one of those sessions. Probably made a member afterwards, though. Maybe was a member at that point anyways. And, yeah. Somebody once put, this is like, using a portal to go through a locked door is the equivalent of using a sledgehammer to open up a walnut. Let's rock.
Are you ready, Harvey? What's up, man?
What did you see during the witch's spell?
Nothing. I was pointing the gun at her. Rivel said you were trapped in an alternate reality. A reality made up of your hopes and desires. It didn't affect me. Too drunk. I have no hopes for anything. No dreams. I'm dead inside. That's what saved us. That's why you can't zap him with the portal.
I saw Joey, Jack.
Joey, your son.
He'd become a full-grown man. He'd just come back from a war, wanted to get married in.
Listen, Harvey, this wasn't your boy. It was some mind trick by his witch to knock us out of the game.
I know, but I almost told her to send me back there.
Oh shit, Harvey. This is the reality we have to live with. Words truly spoken. There is no other, unfortunately. As hard as it is, we're going to face it together, which is one thing you can do in these times. You and me, through thick and thin. Are you with me, buddy? Good. Now let's see if we can find out the identity of our victim once and for all.
All right, but can I ask you something?
Yes, of course. Anything you want.
Don't touch me again, please. I'm not very good at physical contact.
Sometimes I feel like strangling you. Let's go. This is going to get attention. Skin of our teeth. Well, you were talking about
a portal? Who are you? What do you want? Professor Armitage. Oh, God, him. Intruders! Don't move.
What's all the commotion, Professor? Armitage is the hero of Dunwich Horror, by the way. He will be killing a man shortly.
Who are you? How did you get in here?
Detectives Foster and Whitman. You wouldn't open the door for us earlier, so I had to find our own way in.
You've opened a portal. Oh, you're Morgan. A portal?
A rather laborious method, but effective. I could arrest you for the obstruction of justice, by the way.
What do you want? We'd like to talk to Professor Alan Thackeray for a few questions. Is he one of you?
I am Professor Thackeray. Well, we have some questions for you. We understand that you belong to an order called the Legacy of Ahab.
What? How?
Don't answer, Professor. Let me do the talking. I think you're mistaken, detectives. Come on, cut the crap. We want to go home. We're investigating a murder committed in the Pullman building.
Oh, God.
That guy had a symbol tattooed on his back.
According to our research, it's the emblem of an ancient order called the Legacy of Ahab. We also know that you, Professor Thackeray, also have the same tattoo.
On your wrist. I think this complicates matters.
We're going to need all the help we can get.
Great. We're joining forces. Do you agree, gentlemen?
You're in charge, Professor.
Detectives, are you aware in the presence of the Legacy of Ahab?
3 old guys.
I am Professor Henry Armitage, and these are my colleagues, Alan, Thackeray, and Francis Morgan. I was right. The person you're talking to about is Professor Warren Rice. Also, wait, this is confusing the hell out of me. He was the 4th member of the Order. This is definitely an alternate universe. Okay. Rice is one of the 3 people who were actually the heroes of the Dunwich Horror, led by Professor Armitage that actually saved the day. Rice should still be alive because... Oh, maybe not. This is kind of confusing. Assuming that Wilbur Whatley was killed recently by the dogs in the story, this means they did the whole thing with the ending the story a couple days later, but it didn't happen because I know how much time into that particular story was that, which means that right now Whatley's dead, probably killed by these guys and the dogs, but the Dunwich Quarter is still running around, but Rice should still be alive, so the fact that the witches went forward in time has messed up the timeline from the original Lovecraftian one. Which means that, Yog-Sothoth could actually eat the world in this sort of timeline. Did Warren Rice have any enemies? The Order has many enemies. The Order may have enemies, but he, in the eyes of the world, was nothing more than a simple professor of classical languages. Why was Warren Rice staying at the Pullman building? As a certain event that will take place soon. Professor Rice was the only one who had access to an object without which that event cannot succeed. We hid him in that room for safety until everything was over. You should have hid him in here. Nobody can get in here. Who knew that he was hiding there? Well, practically anyone. Rooms are not secure. No one. Only we knew. And the vanitors. And the cleaning staff. If person's safety was our priority, then you should have kept him in here. What is the goal of your order? To protect the human race. Wow. With only 4 people. Apparently, only you knew Professor Rice's whereabouts. According to our source, the person who knew his whereabouts used someone else to behead him. Wilbur Whatley. A Dunwich beast who we assumed must already be dead due to severe illness. He was killed by dogs, or at least in that timeline. Beheaded? Our mission's in jeopardy. The instigator of the murder, the person who knew his whereabouts, is still alive. And considering that you, as you mentioned, no one else knew where Professor Rice was. Oh, I've always wanted to say this. The murderer is among you. That's not possible. Yeah, let's just... Can't get it. All right, Harvey. It's clear who the killer is, right?
Absolutely.
Would you like to do the honors?
I'll leave it to you.
All right, so... Locations. Oh, Morgan, Thackeray, or Armitage. Armitage is unlikely. Morgan... Professor Morgan, right? Are you listening to me? The professor is suffering from severe pharyngitis. He suffers excruciating pain when he speaks, so he can't talk. Or he doesn't want to. The killer used a witch to get into the fortified room. It seemed like a good deal. She provided the portal and she paid for the services. But one of them didn't stick to the deal. You never need to anger a witch, you know? She can cast a curse on you that involves, I don't know, vomiting blood whenever you try to speak. Professor Morgan! You have pharyngitis, right? Come on, Professor Morgan, say something. Say, for example, that you're not the killer. Professor? Professor Morgan. Blah, 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 blah. I really hate it when they do that. Wait, what the hell happened? Where's Morgan? A book! Oh no. He's got the Necronomicon. The point of the alarm. No, no! This is the end, Professor Armitage. That head! That must be Professor Rice's. Can someone explain to me what happened here? I hit a mole in our auto and we didn't even realize it. We used Professor Rice's head to steal the Necronomicon. All is lost, like you had an article. Turn off that damn alarm. It's getting on my nerves. The Necronomicon? What in hell is that? A book, a grimoire. Supposedly written by the mad Arab Azul Azaharad, which is actually an alias for Lovecraft himself, by the way, when he was a kid. It contains arcane knowledges and spells. He was an Orientalist. Dark arts so powerful they would make Keziah Mason's powers like a child's birthday magic show. That book is a myth, Jack. It's no myth. Necronomicon is real. Alub's Legacy's mission was to protect it with our lives. You failed, you idiots. We have failed, thank you. Mankind is doomed. Hold on. I'm not getting any of this. What are you talking about? Bring Gordon Sott, Professor. We'll need all the help we can get. Are you sure? Can we trust them? Bring him, damn it! I ask you to open your minds to what you are about to witness. That's Armitage, by the way, in the picture, I believe. He's very small. Please don't be alarmed. Holy cow. My name is Groton Sott IV, High Priest of the 11th Asturian Empire on the planet Aib. If you are listening to this message, it is because I have died. I have transferred my essence to these devices, which I have scattered throughout the cosmos in order to prevent a fate similar to ours. Like Superman. I will be able to answer any of your questions to the extent of my memories, but no further than the moment of my death. So we have an AI version of this guy. We have a chatbot. First, I want you to know the fate of my species. Do you really have to do this? Oh God. Where are we going with this plot? You are seeing the planet Aeb in its moment of splendor. It took us millennia, but we managed to eradicate war and disease. Unfortunately, famine was still a thing. We enjoyed centuries of harmony and prosperity. Whenever a group of apocalyptic dissidents emerged who desired the planet's extinction, they were known as billionaires. They wanted to use the auto-god Yog-Sothoth for this purpose. The Yog-Sothoth, the gateway, the key. He's a whole topic on himself. Yog-Sothoth, the devourer of worlds. Past, present, and future are one in Yog-Sothoth. We didn't give it any importance. Why would you? We were a species forged in reason. The outer gods were nothing more than a myth and a superstition. But they managed to summon him, and we were discovered too late that we were wrong. That is our planet at the moment I record these words. Dead. The few of us who survived are doomed. We will die in a few hours. Yog-Sothoth has not yet finished his work. Also, we're out of beans. Let these facts serve as a warning. No one is safe from Yog-Sothoth. The entire cosmos is in danger. He's a cosmic force of destruction. From now on, you will be the legacy of Abe. So this is the timeline change. Oh, just hang on, people.
Okay, it's back again, but of course now we have our timeline divergence, was the Aegean crystal coming down here. Now, this means that, okay, so this means in the events, spoilers for a 100-year-old story, this means that in the original timeline, what happens is that Wilbur Whatley attempts to break in to steal the Necronomicon himself. Rice, Morgan, and Armitage form the good guys in this one. They prevent him doing so by having a bunch of dogs in there. They know that dogs hate Wilbur Whatley because he's half alien. He smells wrong. So the dogs kill him. He dissolves into mush and disappears. Then what happens is that the three professors go back to his house, find his half-brother, which is a giant invisible monster that was supposed to summon Yog-Sothoth and devour the world, has broken out of confinement and started hunting down people for food because his brother's not there to feed him anymore. This timeline's all messed up. Apparently what happens is because of the extra security measures, Whatley could not actually break into the library. The reason these exist is because the Aegean crystal slammed into the ground, aka like Superman, to warn them what's going on. So the three professors plus that professor, which is a new character, all got together to do this. And then one of them decided instead they'll grab the Necronomicon and try to destroy the world because reasons, I guess. Maybe he had a bad love life. I don't know. I don't really care. He's basically gone a supervillain and has to be dealt with. So now we're attempting. This has all caused everything to go ripple through time and space, where we get the witches coming forward in time, where we get the cult forming, where we get his wife going nuts and trying to sacrifice their son. Gods, everything's kind of nuts. Let's just get back to this alternate timeline. Tell us about Yog-Sothoth. You said he was a god? Yog-Sothoth is the deity trapped outside the universe we inhabit. It seduces those versed in magic by promising forbidden knowledge and powers. This is true. It is a deception. Its sole purpose is to end life in this universe, which is not actually true. But he's prejudiced because he was... What does it look like? Its most common manifestation is a shapeless, colossal mass. Well, they all are, really. But it can take other forms. Okay. Which you probably might be seeing. The thing is... Unless that's that thing in the barrel. Got it. Might be an avatar or something. But, yeah, Yog-Sothoth is not actually a malevolent deity. It's a neutral one. It is a cosmic force of destruction, but it's a cosmic force of destruction that does not give a shit. You can summon it to destroy a planet. You can summon it to learn how to do a kindle a fire spell. It doesn't care. It has no moral compass. And in fact, one of the heroes, Randolph Carter, will actually commune with him at the end, near the end of his natural life in order to transcend the balance of linear time, simply because he was kind of bored. No, really, it's truth. Carter has a strange timeline thing where he visits the realm of dreams, loses that capacity, goes there during the dream quest to the Unknown Kadath, which is like a drug trip by a man who never took drugs, then loses his ability to do so, decides to embrace the transcendence of New Age philosophy back then, which was Sophemia. Oh god, why can't I pronounce that? Adam Pulaski's things. I cannot remember how to pronounce it for the life of me. But her belief that there are ascended masters beyond time and space who judge all things and keep things together, and we can join them if we particularly it's a cult. But the thing is that Carter apparently finds a way in the Silver Key to transcend linear time, to go back to his childhood, which is what Lovecraft desperately wanted to do when he was living with his grandfather who had money. But then becomes connected to all of his different incarnations simultaneously and becomes a alien wizard. It's weird. How did they manage to summon it? They were an ancient grimoire. According to legend, every civilization in the universe has one. I was going to ask about that, why they had Necronomicon themselves. Necronomicon, in our case. The message received our planet in the 9th century. That's when it diverged. Our predecessors managed to find the book, and since then has been guarded by this machine, whose technology provided by Grodon Sot, who has a retinal scanner. Only a member of the Order can open it using a sophisticated facial recognition system. So, he came from our world, basically. You know, chatbot. Facial recognition technology. That's why Professor Morgan had Rice beheaded, so he could get his hands on it. Why didn't Morgan scan? Is our planet in danger? When is it not in danger? All planets are. I'm only very good at guessing this text. We know of existence of an apocalyptic sect that has been trying to get a hold of the book for centuries. You are aware that you have recently discovered a copy of it. A German translation of Abdul Ahir's original, which is actually an inferior copy, by the way. I actually read the entire timeline on that one for the Call of Cthulhu. But its spells have no effect to produce unrealistic result because the translation is poor. Once you get beyond the Latin translation, everything becomes hard to do. They experimented with summoning certain creatures before doing so with Yog-Sothoth, but they don't match what was described in the Necronomicon. Shit, I bet my entire salary the one we escaped from the forest is one of them. Makes perfect sense. Thanks again, Groban Sot. Well, you know, the holocron professor. The holocron ran out of juice, apparently. It reminds me of... Do you understand the magnitude of the problem, detectives? The enemies of humanity will summon Yog-Sothoth tonight. How do you know it will be tonight? Well, you do look like Armitage. Yog-Sothoth can be summoned during a planetary alignment. In a few hours, after a century has passed, all the planets will align again. Who are these enemies? I told you about the cult that got a hold of the German translation of the Necronomicon. They got it off eBay. It's them. They have been trying to summon the outer god Yog-Sothoth for centuries, so he's been kind of placing with the whole thing. Do they have a name? You have experience with cults. I've experienced with cults. You may have heard of them. They don't have a name, but I don't know how many people are involved. But I assure you that there are tentacles spread everywhere, infiltrating places you would never suspect, like the police station. You would have thought that Professor Morgan was one of them. But apparently not Lovecraft, when you wrote the story. Who is their leader? We managed to find out the oil tycoon Graham Bradley led the cult at the end of the last century. After extensive research, we learned that this title was passed from father to son. The Bradley family has been leading it since its inception. I wonder what family that could be referring to in the real life. Graham Bradley, the Bradley family. That means the current leader is, indeed, goddamn Mayor Bradley. Well, this all comes around motherfucking son of a bitch. Rumors suggested that he led the Klux Klan cell in Arkham. It turns out that he was the leader of an apocalyptic cult that worships unspeakable horrors. It's not too different. Yeah, that's why Mick Bradley was mentioned in the first beginning of all this. But yeah, he's gone a long way down from a oil tycoon to a local mayor. Although he's mayor of Arkham, it's kind of like being in season 3 of Buffy, where it turns out that the mayor of Sunnydale is in fact, you know, a demon worshipper, which makes perfect sense, really. What's really funny is the guy who plays the character plays him as he really is an American conservative in all ways, except his desire to become a demon prince. In any case, okay, so yeah, there's a lot of weirdness going on here, and I'm trying to process it all. Some of it I've already said out loud about the changes in the timeline, and by as becoming the 9th century, which means the Necronomicon was more guarded, the German translation being an inferior one that's more available. Why? Because the real ones are there are only 5 copies of Necronomicon, by the way, in the surviving in 1930s. The original had been lost long ago. That showed up. God, the people were trying to get that one. But the thing is that in the Latin version is the last correct translation. It says most of the spelling right. Some things that are wrong, but it's quite possible it's not just ignorance, but a desire to actually stop the end of the world has caused people to create these inferior versions. The only reason, which would actually be quite brilliant if you had the Necronomicon out there that was easy to access but useless. People keep running after that one, thinking it was their own lack of skill that was doing it, rather than just doing so. So, hey, maybe we have an unknown champion of humanity who's decided to do so through reverse psychology. Is there a way to stop all of this? By getting hold of the Necronomicon before they can summon Yog-Sothoth. Suppose they manage to summon him. Is there any way to send that outer god packing? And there's a spell in Necronomicon that reverses the summoning. Well, I can see where we're going with this. It would enable Yog-Sothoth to depart from this reality. Unfortunately, it is written in the Migo language. Al-Absir was unable to transcribe it, but he was unable to translate it. No one knows that language. I do. Are you serious? How is that possible? It's a long story, but I know that language. Really? Gonna do a sex machina out there. That means all is not lost. You are humanity's last hope, Detective Whitman. Oh, God. Where will this summoning take place? I wish I knew, Detective. We have to find Bradley, Harvey. Sometimes I think the best thing could happen to humanity were for a meteor to come out and wipe everything out.
But not today, right?
We have to do something.
What choice do we have? Alright, here's the situation. Yog-Sothoth will be summoned tonight. It's 9 o'clock and the alignment of the planets has begun. It will be complete in 6 hours, 3 a.m. At that point, the summoning will begin, which is also used as a kind of a weird spot where everything's supposed to be magically nuts. Well, we have exactly 6 hours to find the location of the ceremony. That we know the mayor is the Arkham Coliseum Theater.
At a campaign event, yes.
They requested the captain's presence, claiming his life might be in danger, but we are cops, you can walk through the security, which makes me think that he doesn't want any trouble on this special night. Let's go to that theater. I assume that after the event he will go to the site of the invocation. We will hold him, even a gunpoint necessary, until the planetary alignment passes, and that's that. The plan. Are you coming? We're not men of action like you. We're more of a hindrance than a help. Oh, we're not men of action like you. We'd be more of a hindrance than a help. Sorry, I got the call. Let's go, Harvey. Well, you guys were next to useless. Good luck, detectives. We're going to need it.
Really? You know, you were a badass in the original story, Professor Armitage. You came up dealing with the monster when you have arthritis and such, managing to Spanish it by a bunch of powder and some mumbled words while it was gibbering and about ready to descend upon you, and you can't be bothered to fucking leave that building?
Oh, God, never meet your heroes. Strikes me as odd that knowing that he'd be responsible for the end of humanity, Bradley's in the middle of a campaign rally.
And he's a narcissist. Well, most politicians are. He really wants to take tonight's ovations to his grave.
He wants to die feeling loved, huh? Let's go take that son of a bitch.
Take a look at Germany, for example. Oh, here we go. We are building an industrial powerhouse from the ashes of war. And what do we have here? Thousands of mouths landing in our ports, demanding to be fed. Well, this is going to be, political. They are crammed into barracks with rice, lice, and disease. Immigration in this country has become an unsustainable problem.
Going to summon Yog-Sothoth?
And Arkham is no stranger to it. We are in an unprecedented recession. Honest people, despite their hardships, are trying to rebuild this city. What are these dirty, undocumented Italians, Poles, Chinese, and Russians doing in the meantime? Taking our jobs! Invading us! Stealing! Exactly! Stealing! Stealing and snatching up the few jobs available. We cannot allow this under any circumstance. Arkham must be for Americans. I, Alan Bradley, will say it is time for the sheltering these parasites who live off others is over. Do I even need to make the comments here? Thank you. It can't be.
Who was that, Harvey? You look like you've seen a ghost.
It's Teresa.
Teresa, your wife?
I don't know what she's doing here, but I'm going after her. Find the captain and tell him what's going on.
Oh, this is going to work well. Her face looks familiar. Where have I seen that woman before? Vote for Bradley. Typical. Hey, Foster. I didn't know you were back. Yeah, well. Hey, that woman who's here. Who was she?
She says she was from the mayor's team.
The mayor's team, huh? The thing is, her face looks very familiar. Where have I seen her before? Well, never mind. Where's the captain?
Jack! I just ran into Whitman. He told me his wife is here? I was the one who's murdered their baby to join a fucking cult? I posted 2 agents at the exit so that bitch can't escape. Anyways, what the hell are you guys doing here? I thought you were investigating the Pullman building thing.
Yeah, well, you see. Let me show you how I can explain this.
Now that my opponent's name has come up, did you know that Clyde Rosenfeld was a member of the CPUSA? Surprised? And what about the fact that apart from not being married, he has no known partner in the last 53 years? So he's asexual. Who in the right mind would vote for a homosexual communist to run this city? Like I said, nothing's changed in a century. It was like voting for a black man to occupy the White House. I don't even have to make these comments. What? I know you're crazy, but not this crazy. For God's sakes! What, do you want me to hold Bradley because otherwise the world's gonna end tonight? What kind of shit is this, Jack? You want me to have a heart attack? I know how it sounds, but you have to trust us. Us? You drag Whitman into your madness too? We know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk to Dr. Striner and have you locked up in a mental hospital. You and Whitman, both of you. And I say I will not bow down to them. I... Look at that pink eye there. The time has come. Your night yogs of thought will be summoned from the confines of the cosmos. Exterminate. But first the false prophet must die for his treachery. I, the supreme sorceress, assume leadership of the cause. Die, Bradley. That's to be the wife, by the way. Damn it! She's here! She... Oh, this is gonna get gory. What the fuck is going on? Captain! The mayor's head exploded and people are running for their lives! His what exploded? Hurry up, move! Fuck, turn on the lights! This doesn't make any sense. This is actually a spell in Call of Cthulhu. Are you sure it wasn't a gunshot? No, sir. No gunshot was heard. People's brains don't get blown up by magic. Tell me again what you saw, Weber. Yeah, his brain is lying in a pool of blood. Harvey. Teresa. She got away. We'll find her. Don't worry. Anyways, case closed, right? I don't know what the hell happened to Bradley, but now he's dead. There won't be a ritual. We won, buddy. I think the situation has gotten worse. What? Somebody possessed Bradley. He's someone calling themselves the Supreme Sorceress. My ex has been up to some weird shit. So for killing him, she said Bradley was a traitor and that she would take care of the ritual, which is why he's running this particular thing about having being a mayor. He wanted to be a mayor. Remember I was telling about the cultists? Damn it. Hang on. Holy shit. Now we're really screwed. Time's running out and we have no fucking idea where that ritual will take place. The only one who could have told us location is that son of a bitch and he's dead. Wait, are we going to practice necromancy? I think there's still hope. It's crazy, but... Do you remember the name Herbert West? Oh my god, we're going to be using this shit. West, Herbert West, oh yeah, him. Nice flashback. There's a figure of him in the museum. The mad doctor you locked up, right? He's created a serum that revives corpses by preserving their intellectual abilities. Yeah, they were smart zombies. It was actually kind of... You really should try that story out sometime. Herbert West, Reanimator. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting we get our hands on that serum, inject into Bradley's corpse, and interrogate him to find out where the ritual will take place. This is not the weirdest shit that's gone on in my COC campaigns. That's right. You're right, it is crazy. Crazy. But it's either that or watch this planet go to hell. Monster. Alright, where can we find West? He was charged with desecration and murder. Murder? The fresher the corpse is, the better, I guess. He was sentenced to death. He's in Stonegate waiting for his time to come. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Let's get going then. Shall we inform the captain? Screw the captain. He already thinks we're crazy. What good would that do? In that case, there's nothing we can do here. Let's go. See the body, too. Oh, this is getting weirder and weirder. But yeah, okay. Bradley was one of those cultists who were just using the magic to get his what he wanted to in political. That's why when he's talking about how crazy it was, he was about to end the world tonight, that he was having a political rally. It's not just because he wanted to die with a smile, it's because he had no intention of letting the ritual actually happen. What he wanted to do was use the cult to increase his power, become mayor, and that sort of thing. In fact, alright, a little bit of conspiracy time, ladies and gentlemen, but, and all others, but there's actually been some... There is an occult organization behind the elite. I mean, we don't even have to pretend otherwise. You know, Epstein files, all the crap that's come out in Europe, that sort of thing. It's all there. So, the thing is, a lot of the people, one of the reasons it's coming out is the people in the present, the descendants of these supposedly mystical bloodlines that are taking over the world, pretty much decide it's all hokum. And they're just going to get by being rich and having a lot of technology and try to control the world through finance and mass surveillance and screw the dark forces of creation. So, yeah, the thing is that Bradley kind of represents what it was 100 years ago, the same sort of platform. The idea that it really, you don't want to end the world, you want to rule it, right? I mean, why do you want these dark forces to consume the planet when you can go to Monte Carlo and gamble taxpayers' money at your expense, at your own things, right? But apparently, Harvey's wife is a complete nihilist who just wants to destroy everything. Considering she's killed her own child, yeah, I can see that. Let's go. Morgue. They must have already taken the mayor's body to the morgue. I don't know if Dr. West's formula work on a body that's been cut open. So let's hurry before they do the autopsy. It actually does, by the way. Well, this is going to get more interesting. Exit, window, door, window first. I see Clara. You know, Mac, my old partner, didn't like coming here. Didn't feel comfortable surrounded by dead people. Well, there's more dead people than alive people. You miss him, don't you? Yes. All right. Foster, Whitman. Good evening, guys. What brings you here? For homicide, nothing in particular. We were passing by, I wanted to keep you company. Well, I appreciate that. We've been a boring night, even though we have a celebrity downstairs. Did you hear? Yes, we were there. Wow. Tired, Whitman? A little. It's been a long night. You can say that again. Who's on duty tonight? Orville Collins. Right. I get a feeling the longer the mayor's body stays here, the less effective Dr. West's serum will be. Let's hope that's not the case. That's cabinet. We don't know. We might need stuff. There's a magazine on top of the closet. Modern Woman. 1933. Okay, cool. What's this? Modern Woman? Are you a modern woman, Clara? Oh, yeah. And you an old-fashioned man. Old-fashioned man, get Modern Woman magazine. All right, coat rack. Looks like Colin's rain jacket. It's a thread sticking out of the seam. Oh, I almost unraveled the whole raincoat. Now I have a thread. What are you doing, Foster? Me, nothing. 6 inches of thick thread, courtesy of Orwell's trench coat. What's in a men's magazine? I know it's in a men's magazine, but it's aimed at women. Yeah, men's magazines are essentially Playboy, porn, that sort of thing. That was all there was for pornography back then. Maybe some. We don't have much time to stop the city from going up in flames. The city and the entire planet. What the hell are you talking about? What are you reading? The True Detective Mysteries. A true crime magazine? Is that how you distract yourself from work? Well, have a hard time tuning out, okay? Anyways, there's hardly anything to read here. Would you like us to bring you something to read? That wouldn't hurt. Don't worry. This magazine will keep me busy all night. Keep at it, Clara. All right, do we give her? I've already read it. That's what I thought. All right, file cabinet. Looking for something, Foster? Nothing in particular. Plant. Muscle diamine. I know the name of every muscle in the body. Throughout my years of service, they've all hurt at some point. Yeah, I'll give you that. Let's go. Foster, I thought you were suspended from duty. I'm still around. Oh, hi, Whitman. Have you been assigned to the mayor's case? No, I heard about his death and came to pay our respects. Well, now do what you have to do, but I want you out of here when I stop the autopsy. Where did I leave my... Jack? Collins is a very religious man. He may not approve of what we're trying to do. He'll think it's blasphemous. An unnatural act. It is an unnatural act. He won't make it easy for us. I get it. We have to take him out of the picture. I'm not going to shoot him. I see a small bottle of antiseptic alcohol. Alright. Gonna be... I need to wrap the thread around that. Okay. I need to wrap the thread around that. Okay, we have something to wrap it around. Okay. Half his head is destroyed. Part of his brain... part of his brain is liquid mass. Even if we managed to revive him, I doubt he's going to be able to utter a single word in this state. Let's hope that's not the case. Damn it.
Might end up screaming a bit. What could he be looking for? You think Collins will pray before performing an autopsy? What are you looking for? I'm looking for... Wait a minute, are you still here? Table container. Can is labeled phenol. I think it's a powerful disinfectant. I don't need to disinfect that. Alright. I don't want Collins to be rummaging through his closet. Can't this, however. Okay, cool. I don't know how we'll end. That's how we'll end up if I don't stop this ritual. So the question is, can we do this? Jack? I was waiting until we have serum and Collins is out of here. Okay. We don't have the serum. Oh, gods. Need help? No, I just have to remember where. Looking for something? Not now, Foster. No, I'm not going to give that to Collins. Alright. Gods, we're not doing that. I'm not a killer. Okay. Set it ablaze. I don't need to disinfect that. Alright, disinfect the... Oh, I thought I might have to disinfect the cord. So we have the ability to disinfect things we don't have, however. Some of the bottle liquids I don't recognize. I better not touch them. Jack! Alright, fine. Can't touch the body yet. Okay, yeah, we need to tell him that he's, okay, the Collins, okay. Okay, so we don't know what we're looking for again, unfortunately. What about... Can't reach it. I can't reach it. I can't shoot it? Damn it. You can't make a Molotov cocktail, which is one of my favorite things to do. Drain. There we go. This is where the fluids are drained after the autopsy is completed. We get ahead of ourselves. Okay, so... Don't know how to use that. Okay. So. I think it's a smart move. Table. Check this one over here. It's a metal box with a label specifying it contains syringes. Okay, so we have the syringe. Disinfect the syringe. I get ahead of ourselves. Alright. You always say that? Okay. I think it's a smart move. Oh, sorry. I thought we could... Yeah, don't go let's touch the body yet. So we need the serum. What is Collins looking for? He seems to have lost something. His mind, I suppose. He's very distracted lately. Collins hasn't started the autopsy yet. Oh yeah, it's because he hasn't performed the ritual yet. Ritual? Yeah, every autopsy stops by the Silver Spoon. He has a coffee, smokes a couple cigarettes, and skims through an afternoon edition of Arkham Appetizer. He's a man of habit. Okay. Okay, keep at it. I got a feeling oh gods. Let's see if there's any other place we can be right now. Nope, nowhere we can go at the moment. Okay, I'm missing something. Anyways, yeah, I'm coming about to the hour mark. So this is about where we're going to be leaving off, I think. We will figure out what it's going to take to do to get the body to start talking to us, because I'm quite sure he's in Blackgate Prison. We can't go there. I think we've got a syringe. We can get the stuff into it. We have to get rid of him. You know, so what we will do is I'll leave us in here, take a save, and then we will begin our next episode starting to talk to him. I think we go back downstairs and talk to him, get him to leave by going to the diner, and then start messing with stuff. But that's just a theory. And no, I'm not going to do that because it's cliched.
Anyways, this is Fantastic World saying farewell from Lovecraft Country and the Dark Rites of Arkham, and we will be continuing our process to trying to save the world from Harvey's ex, because this is like the worst breakup, post-breakup fight ever. You don't love me, I'm going to end the world. Oh, you're just being dramatic, honey. Anyways, I will see you next time. Bye.
I'd like to thank my Acolyte level supporters whose contributions help this channel grow and hastens the inevitable digital apocalypse and rise of the Dark Lords of Content and Data.